tonight. Important meetings all weekend for Judge Jeanine. Joining me now by phone, senior advisor to President-elect Donald Trump's transition team, Kellyanne Conway. You there, Kellyanne?
I'm right here with you, girl. That was an amazing open.
I got to tell you, Kellyanne, we believe in free speech. We believe in accepting winners and not being sore losers. But you know what? I have met Mike Pence several times. The man is a gentleman. He's a stand-up guy. He is a patriot. He is everything that we want. And for him to be disrespected in my city, in New York City, infuriates me. What say you?
I second that, Jeanine. And frankly, I've worked with Mike Pence for about 10 years as his pollster and advisor. Everything you just said about him is true. And if people looked at him on the campaign trail, he was soft-spoken, he was funny, he was inclusive, he was earnest, and he certainly was substantive. And by the way, the major point here is none of that. The major point is he's hashtag your vice president. I am so tired of seeing these signs everywhere. Hashtag not my president. I couldn't even get to work last Saturday at Trump Tower. There were 20,000 protesters. I had to be escorted because they were all there with not my president. You know what? Because these people were not prepared for the possibility that Trump and Pence may actually be elected. Everybody said it could never happen, so no one was prepared for it. And the sanctimonious high horse riding elites said what? Donald Trump better accept the results of the election, and he better say that Hillary Clinton is his president. They were asking the right questions about the wrong candidate. Now you have all these crybabies, these precious snowflakes. They have a right to exercise their voice. But honestly, this guy was there for a leisure activity. He had spent the whole day in Trump Tower working hard. He had a little downtime with his daughter, his nieces and nephew. And I think it's inappropriate, actually, to put him in that position when he's not at a political event. He's not somewhere protesting. By the way, you haven't even talked about when he came out of the theater, all the people standing there with signs who had read on social media that he was inside.
Yeah.
And the harassment they took outside the theater with people in their cardboard signs.
And you know what's amazing about him? Yeah. I mean, the man waves. He doesn't say a word. He says thank you.
So
he
polite.
Waited for them to. I mean, he's such a gentleman.
Yes, he is. He's a gentleman. He's a patriot, and he's a public servant of many years who runs for all the right reasons. By the way, he's also a very tough person when it's appropriate. He's somebody who voted against all the junk that his Republican president was trying to put forward with all the extra spending. But look, the bottom line here, too, is what happened at the ballot box 2 weeks ago, Jeanine, just happened again today,
yes,
where people will express themselves with their buying habits. And when he, let's listen to Donald Trump. The night that, the wee hours of the morning, Jeanine, you and I were there when he claimed victory. What did he say? He said, I will be the president to all Americans, even those who did not support me. Pence believes that, too, and nobody's giving them a chance to actually prove that.
Well, what they're doing is they're creating their own narrative. But you know what I saw today, Kellyanne? When I saw the president-elect, and, I don't want to call him Donald Trump, the president-elect, it was basically talk about transparency and, I mean, the hypocrisy of the last administration. We saw the president-elect actually interviewing people from, from the Trump golf course in New Jersey. And we saw people, it's almost like what we saw with President Lincoln, with his rivals. He brought in Mitt Romney. He brought in all kinds of people for different positions. What can you tell us, and will announcements be made soon from what happened in Bedminster today?
Yes, I was there in Bedminster today for part of the day. I'll be there tomorrow, and that's exactly what Donald Trump is doing. As president-elect, Jeanine, he's being exactly who he's always been. He's taking the counsel of different people. He's fully engaged, interviewing the people himself, and also having conversations. Not every interview is going to lead to a position in the administration. Maybe that's not even why some of the people are there. Maybe they're just there to have a serious conversation about the next president of the United States, about the policy issue they've worked on for decades, or about the success they've had in non-political America, or great ideas they have about the world. And in the case of Mitt Romney, Donald Trump and Mitt Romney are two successful American entrepreneur, business owners, job creators, who also had the courage to and the fortune to run as the Republican nominee for president. And obviously one of them was successful, but a lot of what Mitt Romney said in 2012 about the world has come true. a lot of what he warned us about has come true.
That's
but
right.
This is just a meeting of the minds, and what I can tell you is there will be announcements in due course, but I looked at a calendar today. We are ahead of where President-elect Obama was in terms of announcing
Absolutely.
appointments.
What about I have
Yeah.
30 seconds. What about General Mathis? He sounds like a very interesting guy.
He's being seriously considered, and I tell you, we have a long list for each. You know, there's a long, short list for each of these positions, but obviously he's piqued some interest as well. I know you saw the security team announced yesterday. Donald Trump is ahead of schedule where President-elect Obama was at this point, and These things take time. And I think most importantly, Jeanine, you're going to see them talking about legislation and executive orders sometime soon as well, which will be big news.
Well, there's no question. It's already starting. Kellyanne, I know how busy you are. Thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you, Judge. Always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. And with me now, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. Governor Huckabee.